All right, y'all. Today we got a really good one. If you work with apparel or fashion brands, or if you are an apparel or fashion brand, this is going to be a must see. I've compiled some of the top email types in terms of revenue generation and overall ideation for fashion and apparel brands. So today we're going to cover the 40 plus, I think it's 43 total, 43 total email campaign ideas for fashion brands. So sit back, relax, and let's go through all of the ideas together. Some of them are going to be a little bit similar, but all of them have a unique angle. So let's go through these one by one. So the way that we categorize this to some extent is the top are more product focused. The middle are more brand or engagement focused, meaning not necessarily revenue generating. And then the bottom are a few different ways to structure offers for brands, for apparel brands. So let's go through the top line, and we're going to start with the emails that are product focused. So first and foremost, a collection highlight. So here we will cover any specific collection for, when I worked inside of a athleisure and athletic apparel brand, we would categorize things by the fabrics and types of material that we sold. So that could be an idea there. You can do, in this case, by hat collection. This brand sells hats, shirts, bags, a range of different things, but we're going to stick to specific and even more hyper specific, the 5-panel section of hats. So, within this category, this email type, there's different angles and hooks that you could take inside of this. This is kind of holiday focused, and meaning the, getting them ready for the holiday for this specific email. But there's a ton of ways that you could spend this. But overall, email idea number one is, I think, what would be the most common, or one of the most common, which is highlighting a collection. Also, forgive me in advance. Allergies here in Sacramento are absolutely killing me, so I'm a little bit more stuffed up, so you'll have to forgive me. But email number two is the as seen on you, and this is going to be a social proof style email. You can see that we send them to both women's and men's, and here we can showcase, and there's a lot of different ways to do this, but we showcase imagery, to what I believe is either user content that's posted on social media, or an agreement's been worked out with a group of content creators where they post it, and this brand is able to share it on their emails and on their socials as well. But you can see just laying out the product, laying out who posted it, the image, and then a direct link to shop now. This is going to be some, and you'll see there's a few ways to do this social proof styling. This is just one. So this UGC style social proof. This is going to be kind of more of an angle, but it's going to be the outfit of the week. And you can do this a ton of different ways. But outfit of the week, it's really just positioning your product, or an entire outfit in this case, as relevant to the times. Outfit of the week, you'll see there's another idea in here that's kind of trending, and that's in a similar vein, just different ways to create angles around specifically fashion and apparel brands. And here they stick to an all black theme, all black three pack long sleeve, your essential blackout fit includes, and then it goes down the actual items that you could shop individually or together. So there's the outfit of the week. Next, this one is so underused, but this is an amazing idea for so many reasons, and let me explain why. Michael Kors here does your size is on sale. So this is they're sending them to what I guess is a sale collection, but it's not really a sales focused email, meaning they're not highlighting 20% off, they're highlighting to shop your size for this specific collection. What you can do with Klaviyo, and I think most ESPs, is each of these is their own individual button, and you can append a link that will automatically append a profile property to anyone who clicks on, for example, I click on small. you can create a link that appends a profile property to their profile that says has clicked small or interested in size small. There's a few things that you can do with that. Create segmentation. You can eventually, once you have a large enough pool, you can start to add in custom blocks that are conditional to if this person has this profile property. You could also eventually create automations based off of these things, but for the most part, it's huge because you're able to learn more about your customer too, because you're able to understand what percentage of people, just when you look at the back-end data once you send the email, how many people clicked small, medium, large, XL, etc. And you're able to use that, understand the data, use that data, and then also increase conversions because you're able to send them to the most hyper-specific. For example, if you just sent them to shop jackets and outerwear, let's say there's a jackets and outerwear collection, you're not able to directly filter out automatically if size small, which these 2,000 people might be size small, are sold out of these products. So by doing this, you're able to show them the most relevant collection. Love this idea, and this idea is so underused. Next is going to be a collaboration email. So you can see this is WWE. I don't know what these logos mean anymore, but WWE and then Roosevelt's. Absolutely love their emails. I think they are the kings of new collections and collaborations. So collaboration emails, just collaborating with, and there's a ton of ways that you can do this, but I think Chubby's did this with Whataburger. It's an amazing idea, a great way. Who does this for kids' clothes? Posh Peanut, I think. Posh Peanut and Bums and Roses does this a lot with collaborations. Super, super smart idea, and I absolutely love it. Back in stock, this one is pretty clear, pretty straight to the point. These items, this collection, this product is back in stock. Talking about some of the benefits, prompting them to shop. This is great for if a product had really fast sell-through and you restock, a great way to push that social proof, urgency, and sell-through to that product. Last call, going, last chance for select items, shop last call. I'm guessing this sends them to a last call collection. This is a great way to push sell-through for products that had low demand, low sell-through. You can give people a final chance, potentially offer a discount on the actual collection itself, but a great way to drive urgency. These are ending soon. These won't be back. It has to be true urgency because otherwise people won't believe you, but a really, really, really good option there. Something new is coming, so coming soon. This is kind of in between a product highlight and an engagement style post. It depends on the strategy in which you do this. You could send them, you can create an update profile property tag, create a segment based off of that. So as soon as they click here, they'll land on the website, and you create just a really simple pop-up saying, hey, you're added, all good. You could prompt them to join your SMS list. You can have them download your app if your app gets first access to new releases, things like that. But these are really, really, really powerful, especially if the new product is going to be a good one. So really powerful there. This one is, again, one of the most common. It's a new release email. So you can either do a new release email for a specific collection, a collaboration, a singular item, whichever way you do it. It's always super powerful. Custom packs. So this one I don't see done as much either. Harder to do logistically, but these two are really, really, really solid in terms of ways to move products. Either that has slow sell-through and just move that product, or find a way to give incentives, give a discount without discounting the brand in any way. So custom packs, and then mystery box. This is another really powerful one. You can give either a discount, you can just bundle items together. You can include either items that are selling quick and find creative ways to give discounts on top selling products or really drive revenue, or use mystery packs or mystery boxes as a way to push products with lower sell-through. Okay. Next is going to be the pre-order. Very, very similar to the coming soon, except here, ideally, in a perfect world, you would have in this case, actually, you need the product page set up. So you would need the PDP set up, and then you could either use a custom, you can either download an app, or you can use Klaviyo's functionality where you can have people sign up to, that would be sign up to get notified. In this case, you would need to have either an app or let people know in advance. In this case, specifically, we want people to actually pay. So with a pre-order, we want people to actually pay, put money up front to say, hey, I want this, I'm going to get this as soon as it drops. You need to make sure that you're hyper specific with your language to make sure that people know if they are paying now, they will not get it for a certain period of time. You need to make sure that you're absolutely clear. I've seen this done with a few bigger brands, and if it's not super clear, it can get confusing. Trend report, really, just thinking about how to, again, positioning your products as, here we're kind of making it seem like a trend report. Really, we're focusing on a specific collection, which is sheer perfection, and highlighting some of these items. So a trend report, especially when you're a higher end or more luxury fashion brand, is really, really powerful as well. Here we're going to get into some reviews, highlight again a different style of social proof. Here we're highlighting 5 million plus wear true classic every day. Perfect fits at the perfect price. That's so powerful. To see that 5 million people, more than 5 million people wear your t-shirts or have worn your t-shirts is really, really strong in the hero. And then as you go down, tried, tested, loved, 60,000 reviews, showcasing reviews and links to the product. This is a really, really, really powerful email. Big shout out to the team who came up with this. These are super powerful. Another one from True Classic is the trending this month. So things that are trending this week, this month. Here with this, we're just sending to all best sellers. You can see jeans, shirts. With sheer perfection, this is a different style, a trend report, and we're sending to a specific collection. We're trying to highlight something specific, whereas this is almost more inquisitive, where it's like, hey, look at what's trending. Here, we're kind of telling you, trend report, sheer is trending. Looking at Lululemon, looking at a really, really subtle, in case you missed it, your ticket to a fuller trip. Adventure, explore, do more with this ready for anything capsule. You can travel light and pack it all in. Shop what's new, shop travel clothes. Really, really, really solid copy in the hero. And just looking at, for example, trending categories, shop what's new. This is a kind of in case you missed it. The new release is something that's hyper specific to, hey, this new product, this new collection, this new thing just dropped. In case you missed it is more a amalgamation, a collection of everything recent that you might have missed. Spring layers. This is going to be a seasonality focused email, so you want to try and connect your product to a season. You've seen this a ton. Spring into blank. It's heating up, XYZ. Very, very similar here. Super simple, to the point. Spring layers. Style for the work week and comfort for the weekend. Really, really solid there. So seasonality you want to tap into a lot. Okay, now we're going to get into some kind of engagement style or emails that connect to either something relevant, connect to something other than directly selling your product. These are really solid for either building goodwill, switching up the content a little bit so it's not always just sell, sell, sell. There's a few different styles that we'll go through. All right. Twillery. This email is a about us. So with this, you can see a heritage company turned comfort catalyst. A little bit about in the hero. There's no call to action. It's just pure education on who we are and what we're about. This is the story of us. So it goes into the story of the founders. I think people think about including these into welcome series, but they can also be a really, really powerful campaign to send out to people who have been on your list for a while but haven't purchased. Give them some context in case they've missed it. Next is going to be a recap or kind of highlighting donations. Holiday giving recap, 7.15 million and counting. That's how many essential clothing items you've purchased or your purchases have helped donate this holiday season. Then it goes into a few other pieces, but really just tapping into, if you do donate, touch on it, talk about it. You don't necessarily want to keep it behind the scenes. I know you don't want to come off as, like you're pandering, but this, I think, was a really solid example of how to do this without coming off as any sort of pander. Looking at Culture Kings, the app is back. Download the app now. Mobile app pushes. We used TapCart, and I believe they do as well. Yeah, they do as well. Mobile apps can be super, super powerful if you have a higher repeat purchase rate. It just gives people a different avenue to shop. Can be a little bit quicker. Can be some different options and customizations. And also, especially if you give them a reason to shop on the app. If you give them first access, if you give them app-only discounts, it's a really, really powerful channel to include. So a mobile app highlight there. Twillery, again, class of 2023, gift your graduate performance wear worth celebrating. Thought this was an amazing example of how you tie in your product and USPs of your product to a relevant time. This isn't necessarily a holiday, but just an event that's happening. Cultural event. So some of these are going to be similar, but they'll play on different angles. So playoff vibes done right, officially licensed. This is almost a combination of an event and also a collaboration. This is really, really powerful. Playoff vibes done right. It's more than gear. It's a uniform for the ultimate fan. This is incredible. Chubby's does branding right for sure. J Lux turns 18. Join us for a week of festivities, showcasing 18 exclusive designs, each available for $18. Shop 18 styles for $18. Amazing tie-in. Love the angle. These can be really, really powerful especially if you have a loyal fan base, giving them a reason to shop when it might be like a random time that they might not normally all flood in at once. This also wasn't just a simple, hey, we turn 18, shop now. They also gave you a really, really solid and clever reason. We turn 18 styles for $18, tied in perfectly. Even the really simple, hey, we're turning 7, shop 35% off for our 7th birthday. Something super simple that doesn't really have a good hook or angle to it. It's just, hey, here's a reason to shop. Can still be super, super powerful. But especially when you can give it a really unique and clever hook, can be super powerful as well. If you do anything that is around ESG, which environmental, social, or governance, if you do anything around donating, things more so to not so donating, but things for the environment. If you're, for example, if you're B Corp certified, touching on some of those things can be really positive, especially when it's something so relevant like Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. They talk about going green with J Lux. What is carbon neutral? And then also tease a little bit of their collection here as well. Remember the fallen, support their legacy. Folds of honor this Memorial Day. We're reflecting on how we honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms, taking a deeper look at how we remember the sacrifices of our fallen heroes and their families. This is sometimes hard to pull off because, again, you want to make sure that you are doing this without coming off as pandery or, what's the word I'm looking for, in bad taste. You want to make sure that you're doing it with tact, basically. So I think this was done really well. We're also donating all the proceeds from today's sales to Folds of Honor in support of their mission. Learn more, explore the gear. When you're able to say, hey, anything that you buy that we sell today or during this period or from this collection, 100% will be donated to XYZ, or a certain percentage. It can be really powerful and also show that you're not just in it for yourself. You're also in it to do something for others. And I think that's the best way to accomplish something like this, but touching on some sort of holiday like this, from Memorial Day for Labor Day for some of these. This is one that is not touched on nearly enough. I don't see enough brands creating, fashion and apparel specifically, creating content, creating blogs, creating videos, YouTube videos, really building up their YouTube channel, things like that. I don't see a ton done, and I think there's a huge void that's going to be filled by somebody soon. So True Classic, how to dodge in style. Watch the video. This takes you to a video that I'm sure eventually sells their products, but I think just having an email that pushes to content, and of course, no surprise, down below, shop new arrivals, find your perfect top. They still go into selling products, but just being able to have some sort of content to highlight in the hero, and if they want to shop or learn more or whatever the case is down below, they totally can. This is another one. Get to it, set your goals, reach new performance levels with pieces that keep up with your moves. Shop bestsellers. They're highlighting products here, yes, but the whole idea in the hero is motivation. Get to it, set your goals. Monday motivation. Again, I think there's a huge void to be filled here where they really focus on the motivational aspect of what their apparel does. I think with the new CEO of Nike, I feel like they're really getting back to that core. So I think there's going to be a gap to be filled there. Next, there's going to be a few different guides, a few different ways to frame this, but the style guide for True Classic, effortless layers from gym sessions to city strolls. Start with the basics, layer up, complete your look. They're giving you almost like a hand-holding session, pulling you through what to buy, what to look for, etc., just by displaying. And when you read this, you assume that these are the top products, these are the best sellers, because that's what they're showing you. So for a consumer, these can be really powerful. Next, find your fit from cuts. Upgrade your tees for spring, shop now. What they do, and I almost wish they wouldn't have had this shop now, because in the hero, this feels, and there's a lot of rhetoric around, you need to have a call to action above the fold. I think that's true if you're selling something. If you're trying to educate, if you're trying to entertain, I don't think you want to have a call to action above the fold. I think you want to stick to that, because what it does, similar to David Ogilvy back in the day where he said your header is 80% of your copy, it's very true, because if you can entice them with just this section here with no call to action, the chances that if it's enticing enough, they'll continue to scroll down and you train that action in people is much, much higher. And people are just not as stupid or as simple as you think. Your stuff's usually just very boring. So you don't always need to have a call to action above the fold. You need to be better and more compelling with your emails. So scrolling down, discover your ideal fit between three options: signature, classic, and relaxed. I love that they tell you a little bit about the styling. They give you examples of the look. You can actually see the look physically on the people. It's giving you a bit of an understanding of what each of them is. Signature fit, classic fit, and then relaxed. I think relaxed, most people kind of understand what it is, so it wasn't a huge need to have it here, but giving people a visual representation, especially if you have a ton of different styles, different collections, it can get confusing for a consumer. There could just be too much and they're not sure what to shop, where to shop, which one's right for them. It's overwhelming and they leave, right? So using this time to educate the consumer a little bit, I think is really, really powerful. And just some of the differences. Very similar, find your fit, the Viore sports bra guide. Explore all styles. Here they go through some of these specifics. The dynamic bra made with Breathe Interlock. The dynamic bra offers modern support, adjustable racerback straps, and an attractive V-line neck that moves with you. Shop now. Giving them a little bit of detail. One thing you see here is signature fit. They showcase the products and have a call to action, but they don't necessarily explain what each of them are, what each of them do, and you don't necessarily need to. If this is a curve hem tee, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? So signature fit, curve hem tee, some of these can be pretty self-explanatory. Especially with activewear, understanding where I should wear this, understand for a female or a man where this should be worn, what this is for, what the fabric feels like, what style it is. can really color, for example, if you went to a product page for this one, the Yosemite bra, and you only saw this front image, that would not give you enough context to know if this is right for you, where you should wear the product. There would be so many questions. They include different colors, they include the model, they include the back image here in a little circle. This is done incredibly well, along with a quick description, the name, new colors. Up here it says new style, sleek and strappy. The Yosemite bra delivers light support and effortless style for hiking, training, and traveling. Shop now, and they do this across all. This is amazing. Really, really, really provides a lot of context, especially with athleisure, athletic wear. Really describing where someone wear these, especially if you have 3, 4, 5, 6 different styles, fabrics. It can get super, super confusing. Ease into neutral. This is going to be a color, and actually this probably should have been up here with products, but ease into neutrals. This is where you're going to highlight specific colors. Highlighting red for summer. It's heating up, red hot. You can really play on the language. Ease into neutral. Neutral's a how would I describe it? Not a lighter color, but it's more earth tone. The word ease plays in together really well. So if you can highlight, or for example, if you had colors that were a little bit deeper, a little bit more rich, a navy blue, a chocolate brown, that would be best for fall, winter. You can tie these in seasonally, but also create collections and push people directly to this. Even if you wanted to, even if this color was out of style, if your brand is okay with it, save big on last season styles. Feeling like you're saving money because of this thing was made last year, even if they see it and they like it, they're going to shop. So giving people reasons to shop and sending them to something specific. For example, if someone opted into and they clicked on this and said, cool, shop now, that would give you good insights that this person is into neutral colors. So you could even create some sort of automation on the back end, some sort of segmentation using an update profile property tag to say, perfect, let's tag this person. So a ton that you can do there, but this is a really solid idea. If nothing else, just sending them to the right collection. You start to understand your customers. If this is one of your top selling collections, or a collection that has slow sell-through, you can really assist the brand on increasing sell-through for certain SKUs. All right, we are just about there. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Drop a like on the video if this has been helpful so far. And let's go through the last few email ideas for apparel brands. Similar to the Find Your Fit style guide, sports bra guide, this compression guide. The difference here is, and I think this was done amazingly, the hero section. I think if we could have brought this section above, there is no call to action. It's your compression guide. The sock is leading down. The psychology behind this, even if not done intentionally, is really, really, really powerful. Your compression guide. Well, what do I need to know? I think they could have even actually added a little bit of copy that says everything you need to know about which socks are right for you. And then this sock leads them downwards. Find the level of leg soothing, ache prevention support that's right for you. Shop men, shop women. But what's really powerful here, everyday compression versus performance compression, comparing these one-to-one, especially if they have something unique, some sort of unique benefit to each. And in this case, they do. They have specific amounts of support. So if you're a diabetic, if you need, compression for some other reason, 15 to 20 milligrams, or I forgot what this is, micrometers of mercury. I forgot what it is, micromoles, millimeters. I think it's millimeters of mercury, but it doesn't matter. 15, 20 to 30, showcasing the difference between the materials, when to wear it. These are really powerful. And again, just educating your consumer. Sometimes they don't know the brand as well as you do, so you have to give them some education in a somewhat clear, educational, and visually appealing way. This direct one-to-one versus is in this chart is amazing, super visually eye-catching. Maybe they could have even tested doing this in the hero, your compression guide, instead of having the sock just had this directly under and then kept everything else the same. This could have stayed here. This whole section here could have just been where this sock is, and then had the call to actions right below it. Could have been powerful as well. But these different style guides and these different guides to product education can be super, super powerful. The year-in review, year-in recap. These are not super revenue generating all the time, but they are really powerful for connecting with the audience. If there's anything specific that you want to touch on, this is especially powerful when you have big brand updates, or if you're a smaller brand where people can actually come into your store or get in touch with you as a founder, as a group of people who founded it. If there's a personal connection, these are especially powerful. Year-in reviews, or even just touching on social proof. Hey, we went from 100,000 to 3 million followers on TikTok. Whatever, using these as an opportunity to convey social proof, especially for new people, can just lend credence and credibility to you as a brand. This is the charity. So whenever you can, again, kind of in that donation ESG space, when you can donate or talk about that and get people to understand that if this is true, that their purchase goes to more than just a product, it can be really powerful. So, touching on donations, there are 2 types of surveys here. This is, we want to hear from you, update your profile now. You can link them directly to a preference page where they can update the preferences, how much they want to hear from you. Sometimes we just have this in a small link at the very bottom of the email, but sending out a specific campaign just for this, so that way they can decide, if they're in the right place, country, so on. If you have multiple stores in different countries, they can understand how often they want to receive emails from you, what they want to hear. They want to get content for men, content for women. There's a lot that you can do there, but giving them a chance to update the profile and collect that zero-party data. We want to hear from you. Take your 1-minute survey to unlock 10% off, giving this kind of cash incentive for a survey. And this could be, a type form email or type form survey. This can be a ton of different things, but, collecting zero-party data that can be around, hey, what product did you, and you can do this a ton of different ways as well. Send this to purchasers. Hey, how was your order? How was your experience? How was shopping on the website? It can give you a ton of context for the web team, a ton of context for, what made you want to buy? Oh, it was this. Perfect. That's a new angle for ads. What's your favorite collection? This. Perfect. So 80% of people who took the survey said this is their favorite collection. Maybe we can test out sending this more in our email marketing. There's a ton that you can do with that, with those learnings and with that zero-party data. Okay, now to wrap it up, let's go into a few ideas for promotions, offers, ways to communicate value that aren't always necessarily just 10% off, 20% off, so on and so forth. But there's a few different ways that you can do it, and a few different framings for these. One being just strictly communicating value. So this is more so in line with, granted this was sent during Cyber Monday, but you can also just send this year round, right? You can send people to a collection that's filtered to products under 40 or starting at 40 in this case. If you have lower AOV, higher AOV products, you can send them to these specific collections, and each one is filtered for this. So there might not even be a sale on your items, but you could still communicate value by saying, hey, and it can still feel like a sale, right? Get all of these items, get over 35 items under $40 today only. Really, you're just saying that because you're sending the email and there's nowhere they can find this link necessarily. But you can send that out and communicate value in a way where you don't even necessarily have to discount your products. So just an idea, kind of communicating value without necessarily giving away a discount. And you can see down here they do, but you can send this out with or without doing that. Here is a tiered threshold, Girlfriend Collective. This is a super, super simple email, but this is a tiered, a threshold discount. So you can say, 20% off, $10 off, any order of X dollars or more. So you can protect your margin. Obviously, do your own calculations on your unit economics on the back end, but whatever makes sense for you profitability wise. these threshold discounts are really powerful. This is kind of a combination of a threshold discount. This really is just a tiered discount, right? $15 off $100 or more, $20 off $250 or more, 25% off $400 or more. So you're giving people goals to hit. It's also really, really interesting, the psychology behind this, whether it was unintentionally or not. There was a study done by, I believe it was a behavioral economist, but there was a study done in a grocery store where they wanted to sell more potatoes. And look it up. I want to make sure that I'm getting this 100% correct. This is from memory, but they said maximum of 6 potatoes or maximum of 8 potatoes per person. So they gave people a maximum and said you cannot buy more than this. What happened is, I believe they went from selling 2 potatoes on average per person to 4. Because when you see that, you think there's some sort of scarcity. There's some reason why you're only allowed to have a certain amount. It happened during COVID with toilet paper. Really, really, really interesting psychological tactic. But a similar thing could be happening here, where if you see this really, really big number, it's not $100, $150, and $200, $100, $250, and $400. It almost makes this $100 seem like nothing. So you can look at this and go, I wasn't even gonna buy, but 15% off this sounds so much lower and so much more achievable than 25% off $400. So really interesting. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose, but super, super interesting there. And then they said shop the event, and then also gave you a ton of collections to shop. So that is a tiered discount. Now, here are in warehouse sale, this is a framing for a flat percentage off. And what you can typically do is say up to 80% off. This is if you send them to, for example, in this case, we're sending them to a sale collection or an out-of-stock collection. So take an extra 25% off sale styles with code extra off 25. So it might it might be 60, 65, whatever that math, I don't do public math, but 65% off. And then after the 25%, you can actually save extra on top of what's already on sale. This seems super compelling, and to be able to say up to 80% off is really powerful. Now, you have to be careful not to do this if you're a very high-end brand, but really, really powerful for these old sale items. But circling back a little bit, don't worry, we've got you covered. This is holiday specific, but this brand, for the holidays, and this is really, really common during the holiday season, December 24th, December 23rd, December 22nd. Don't worry, we got you covered. So you waited until the last minute again. Don't stress, save time and grab the only present that always fits. Shop the gift card. Really, really good way to, there's not, what you could do is give a discount. Hey, buy a gift card and save 10% off. So there's a few ways that you can do that, but just communicating value in a way that is not necessarily around an offer specifically, but just communicating. And maybe this should be up in our product section, but finding ways to communicate value and get people to shop even when maybe it's a little bit too late. Viore, again, they do really, really incredible stuff with their emails. Free tote with purchase in store February 12th through 16th. This is just a free gift, basically, and these can be really, really powerful. Even something as simple as a free tote sometimes is compelling enough to make someone say, I'm going to go. But sometimes it could be a free travel pack, free sampler, a free container, a free anything with an order. In this case, it's in store, but let's say, free gift with any order above $100 plus free shipping, if that's your shipping threshold. You can really stack these in a way to where it makes it super, super, super compelling. And last, again, a way to communicate value. This was just done masterfully. A way to communicate value is if you have a subscription program, touching on the benefits of the subscription program without necessarily offering any additional discount. Being an insider pays. 20% back, free shipping, and more. 20% back, I'm wondering if they're doing something like Get Fondue and doing sort of cash back, but 20% just for this. Amazing way to communicate value, communicate savings, while still protecting margin and getting them on a subscription. And the way they do this down here, join for $1 $1 per month, billed at $12 per year. This is amazing. And then you can see some benefits. Here's the math. Let's say you were shopping the Classic 3-pack, and then it gives you some of the benefits of insiders versus non-members, really member versus non-member. So really, really solid way. For example, if you have 30% off your first subscription order and then 5% off every order after that, you can touch on that as well. There's a few, depending on how your subscription set up or your subscription program is set up, there's a few different ways that you can frame it, position it to communicate value, savings, and so on. Okay, this was 43, I believe this is 43, 43 different email ideas, whether you're, again, an agency who is managing fashion and apparel brands, or a fashion apparel brand who is just looking for more ideas. Sometimes, the most common issue that I see with fashion and apparel brands when it comes to campaigns, when it comes to creating a calendar, is the unending question of what do I send? And hopefully we were able to help with some of that and just give you, this isn't even all of the ideas, this is just the ideas that I compiled together. There's still so many ideas that you can create based off of your specific brand, your specific setup. This is just a few ideas based off of what I've seen and also what I've seen work. So again, whether you're an agency managing fashion apparel brands or a fashion apparel brand looking for more ideas, here are 43, and hopefully if you have more ideas that you've seen work or that I missed in this video, please drop them down below. I'm always looking to learn new ideas, hear feedback from people who are actually doing this. It's always beneficial. Again, if I missed anything, let me know down below. If this video was useful, please like the video, subscribe down below, and until next time.